I've been in the same situation you have been where you're just looking at clutter and you're trying to figure out how am I ever going to start actually organizing and decluttering this stuff. And you might even feel overwhelmed as well. These are some ways that you can actually get the motivation to actually start the organization with ADHD in your home. Now, the first way that you can actually get some motivation is to actually break things down because you have a big task in front of you for decluttering and organizing whatever location you're trying to do, your room, your closet, or whatever. That can be a very big task. And so, what you want to do is break that down to smaller parts and the smaller tasks so they're much easier to actually complete and finish. And when you finish a goal or task, it's going to give you a little bit of dopamine, and that's going to help motivate you to go and get to the next task. Now, think about this is yes, you're breaking it down, but you're still going to get to the end point of the goal of the thing that you want to do and accomplish your big task as well. And something you definitely want to do is you want to get a timer. You want to be able to have something that's going to make you aware of the time. And the other thing is you're not going to be decluttering and organizing for 2 or 3 hours, because if you try to do that with ADHD, you're going to get to the point where you're just going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to get demotivated and then stop. And then you're going to dread the next time you have to go through and declutter and organize. So this is what I suggest to you is to actually just do 10 to 15 minutes a day. And that way you still are going to get through the whole thing, but you're not taking up 2 hours and 3 hours in one day. You're just doing a little bit at a time. And then as you get to the end of that session, you can decide if you want to do longer, or if you're just like, hey, I'm done for the day, I will come back and do it tomorrow. And then the other thing about this is you're actually going to get into the routine of actually doing it every day. And so you're going to be able to maintain things a lot easier as well. And some things you want to do is you actually want to write down your goals, because you do want to have something to work towards. And so they don't have to be super specific. They can just be high level kind of goals that you're just like, hey, I want to reach this. I want to finish this room, this section, whatever it is. But you need to actually write them down, because you can look at them every day and be like, cool, I finished this, or I'm getting closer to this goal, or whatever you want to look at as you're going through and progressing. But you need to have them, and you want to be able to say, I am going to accomplish this. And when you accomplish it, that's such a great feeling, because you've done all the work and you can see how far you actually come. And then you finally completed the goal and you go on to the next goal, if there is a next goal at the time. And here's something you definitely need to know is to know your why you are decluttering, why you are organizing. It could be that you're having a celebration, you're having a whole bunch of people over, and there's a deadline of when you have to have it done because the party's on this specific day. But you need to know your why. And it's important because it's going to motivate you once you're at that point where you're like, I really don't feel like doing this anymore. I'm kind of done. I'm at my limit. I just don't want to even think about doing this anymore. But when you get to that point, you're going to go back and remember your why, and that's going to motivate you to keep going. And here's something really important to do. Make sure that you actually take a photo every day, because you want to keep a record of your progress. You want to see when you started and you want to see when you ended, like how far you actually came. And you can look at the progress every day in every photo. And then when you get to the end, you're like, wow, I went from here to there and I'm actually finished. It's a great way to keep motivating you, not only as you're going through, but as you get to the end, to motivate you to do the next project or the next thing you're trying to declutter. And also, another great way to actually get some motivation is to have an accountability group, or find an accountability group, because in that you have other people trying to accomplish the same thing. So if you have other people who want to declutter and organize, and you find a group of people like that, and you can say, hey, I want to declutter and organize, I want to get through this project, or I want to get through the closet, whatever. And you all support each other, and you all come together, once a week or every couple of days or whatever, and say, hey, I finally got through to this place. I finally got through to, finish this project or finish this section of my house. And it's just the support of everybody in that group that helps to keep you motivated, because you know that when you go and you talk to people in that group, all these people are going through the same kind of situation of decluttering and organizing. And if you need some extra motivation, then use music, because music can actually motivate you. Your favorite song comes on that you just love to dance to, or that just makes you feel good or whatever, right? Then you can use that song, and that will motivate you to keep cleaning or keep organizing or keep decluttering, because now you have this kind of ambiance to your environment that is actually more motivating, actually more comfortable for you. Hey, if you want to declutter and organize and sing along and dance along or whatever it is too, that's great as long as you're getting it done. Now, something else to also do is to remember to do it your own way. However, you want to declutter and organize, whatever is going to help you to remember where things are, then you set up things that way. Do you want to organize by certain color or a certain type of item or certain category items? Whatever is going to help you to remember where things are to make it easier for you to find things, do it your own way. However, it actually makes sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else except you. You want to make sure you're doing stuff that's functional, and it can be fashionable too, but functional first. So it helps you to make sure that, hey, I'm not losing anything. I'm finding stuff quickly. I'm getting through and making sure that I'm not late to places anymore or just less frequently because I have everything in a place where I know where things are. And when you're in your decluttering and organizing time, you want to limit or avoid distractions. I say limit because avoiding distraction when you have ADHD can be kind of almost near impossible. So just limit your distractions. But it's kind of hard to clean when you are just watching TV or watching your favorite program and you're engrossed in it and you've just stopped cleaning and stopped organizing, stopped decluttering because, hey, I've got to watch that one last episode or that other episode. Or you're just engrossed in, texting or going through and just scrolling on your phone and then trying to figure out, okay, hey, what is this thing I'm looking for? And just searching and searching and searching and going down the ADHD rabbit hole when you just have searched and you realize, hey, I've taken 10 hours or 2 hours or 3 hours to search. I have gotten nothing done with my organizing or decluttering. So you want to limit those kind of things. I know I mentioned this before, but you will definitely, absolutely guaranteed find stuff faster if you have organized or decluttered an area because there's just not so much stuff that's going to take your mind off what you're looking for or make you get distracted, or maybe something is in front of something you can't see it at all because it's out of sight, out of mind. You'll be able to just go through, look around the room, or go to a section of the room and find that thing much faster. This is a guarantee. And something you need to make sure that you do is you need to actually reward yourself when you're done. You're like, yes, I'm finished, I'm done. And you have completed something. You have finished something. Go ahead and give yourself a reward, whatever it is, whatever you like to do. For me, it's probably going to a movie or something like that. But for you, it could be anything else, whatever your heart desires. So it's just something to say, hey, I've completed this thing. And go and treat yourself to whatever it is that's going to be a reward for you. Now, something else that you want to think about also is that I have a video about ADHD friendly homes and how to kind of set that all up for you. And I think you'll enjoy that video. I think you'll find it very helpful. So it should come on the screen. A little thing will come on the screen. You can click that and you can watch that video right now.